episode. We're in the Lower East Side. You can hear the sirens, and I mean, you know it's New York. There's a pizza place in front of me, but not the pizza place we're going to, because this is another episode of the best dollar pizza in New York City, and we're going to do a rating. We're going to be doing 5 categories, and each category, 5 points. How good is the crunch on this pizza? How fresh is it since it's dollar pizza? And how good is this sauce? 3 categories. Let's do this. I'll take 1 slice and then one of the teas in here. Thank you, sir. Thank you. First place I got 105 Stanton 99-cent dollar fresh pizza, I think it's called. We'll see. What is this quality going to be like? Also, I forgot to bring Lactaid, so we'll see how this goes. Okay. First impressions. In my first episode of doing this, a couple of the pizza restaurants had to warm up their pizza, like in the oven, because they were sitting for a few minutes. This guy, he just pulled it straight out. He didn't have to warm it up. It was already freshly made. So, freshness, I'll give it a 4, because it was warm, not hot. It would have been better hot. The crust, as you could see, fluffy, and it didn't fall apart in your hand. That is what you want, even if the rest of it is falling apart in your hand. The crust, it has to have fluffiness to it. Like a croissant, hard on the outside, soft on the inside. And might I just talk about this sauce really quick, because it is a compactful flavor as far as the description goes. That might not even make sense, but the tomato sauce, the marinara, however you want to describe it, it's not too tomatoey. It's seasoned. You can tell that they invest time into how this thing tastes. I can appreciate that. I think the rest of you can as well. This is a good slice, if I could speak English properly. Across the board, we'll do a 10. 4, 4, and 2, because the crust, although it's good on top, well, the rest of it just feels like mushy bread, and I like to have a bit of crunch when I'm biting into the sauce and the cheese and all of the other layering that goes with the pizza. It's all about the experience, the texture. But my stomach isn't acting up yet, so maybe this cheese is treating me well. Just get 1 plain slice, please. Thanks, man. Real quick, I just want to say, I got the second slice. I'll say location in a second after I try not to drop this. All of these slices are $1 each so far. I am just buying drinks along with them because of how humid it is, and I'm literally about to have a heat stroke, but that's the only difference. I'm paying $3 versus $1 if I only got a slice, but you might only get the slice. Who knows? Second location was 156 DeLacy Street, right by the Williamsburg Bridge. Like, it's literally right in front of it. You can't miss it. Cheese is looking really good, thick. I have a feeling it's gonna stretch a bit, but the guy did have to warm this up a little bit, so it wasn't completely fresh. So right off the bat, we are knocking off, let's say, 3 points. So we'll do a 2 for freshness. Crust test is always a determining factor. Let's see. Well, to be quite honest, that crust test wasn't too satisfying. They kind of just broke apart. The crust isn't really fluffy at all. But we haven't tasted it yet. Do you hear that dirt bike in the background? First bite it is. The cheese is really thick. Unbeknownst to me, apparently eating on a stoop that is not your own makes you part New Yorker. And I've done that twice already because, well, I just got kicked off a stoop that wasn't my own. Roaming the streets with my slice. Before I go and explore this third one, actually, here's a rating. You know, I think this one's getting a 6. 2 overall for each category because it was not fresh. The cheese, well, it's pretty much taking the entire thing. There is no sauce. The sauce is non-existent in this slice. And the crust, well, alright, I take it back. I am full after 2 slices, and plus the cheese, it's getting to me just a bit. So either this will be a continued episode, or so today is our second crack at trying to take this third slice and have a good time with it. Only problem is that this slice is going to be $2 on Essex Street and Avenue A, I believe. forgive me because I tried to do all the slices in one day. Here's a parking garage, so if you're in the area and you want to try this slice, it is down this street by a couple of blocks. You guys, do me a favor. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, because that lets me know that you enjoy the pain of me eating dairy. Even if you don't end up getting this dollar slice, there are still a whole bunch of eateries and restaurants, cafes. There's two laundromats right in front of Champion Pizza on 123 Essex Street. This is the first bite impressions of this dollar slice, because it wasn't $2, it was $1, thankfully. Okay, I gotta be honest, this is it tastes like mush. There was absolutely no crunch. It was mostly oil that I bit into, and the rest is cheese. I mean, you guys also saw that the crust in it wasn't too fluffy. It just kind of fell apart with the crunch. Pizza's not supposed to be crunchy. It's supposed to be soft and crunchy. Perfect balance between those with some sauce. This has no sauce. You know, I'm also a big firm believer that you shouldn't throw your food away, but I had 2 others of these yesterday, so I don't even consider this really food. It's just a mush of dough. So a final rating for this last slice of pizza, I think I'm gonna go for 1 point for each of the categories. So 1 point for freshness, 1 point for crust, and 1 point for sauce. What I'm saying is that was the most terrible slice I've ever had. I probably would have paid a quarter for that slice, but it was truly just not a good slice. You guys enjoyed the first episode of this pizza hunting dollar slice series on this channel as far as the episodic New York City films have been going. So now I'm gonna get back to edit this movie for you guys, and in the meantime I need to catch this F train here.